What is up, YouTube? It's me, Datastrix, and today I'm going to be doing a kind of a long video. I'm going to be doing a review on all my number discs, which, for those of you who are familiar with Beyblade, the number discs are a series of forged discs whose name is actually a number itself. Like in this case, it's 11. I'll try to do another video as like a part 2 with all their battles, like how they'll move with the spin test, whatnot. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. So for the start, we're going to start with the very bottom of the numbers, and that's 0. Now, I'm only going to be doing one for each of them because some of them I do actually have 2 different versions. And I'm gonna hopefully try to do I'm gonna have the spin test try to be like a part 3, and then part 2 be my American versions. So you'll see a few differences in those. But for start, here is the 0 disc, and those are my dogs. I think it looks pretty cool. It's got nice curve, like it looks a bit like a 0. And in this case, it belongs to my Emperor Fornius. So, Emperor Fornius is a Chozi Beyblade and is a defense type. I don't have his full stock combo, which is Emperor Fornius 0 Yard, but I do have something pretty close, which in this case, it's Energy Layer is Emperor Fornius with a green level chip, the 0 forge disc, and then the tip known as Orbit. And Orbit came with Wild Wyvern, but I think it suits Emperor Fornius better. But I mean, overall, it's pretty good defense type. Like that's what it looks like all put together. And the level chip itself does help since he is a Chinese version, but he's just as good as any of the Japanese that I've used. So yeah, I think he's actually really cool. Moving on, we have the 1 disc, or in this case it's actually known as 1 dash, which looks like this. And when I do my American numbers, you'll see the true 1 disc. And when I do that, I'll have it as a side-by-side comparison so that you can get a general idea of how they changed it. And in this case, this one actually came with Buster Excalibur, who is the 3rd evolution of Excalibur and is a Chozi Bey. So this one comes with a frame, but the frame is actually set differently. Like, it comes with a different set. You don't get it when you buy Buster Excalibur. With Buster Excalibur, you just get 1 dash sword, which is his setup. But you got the layer Buster Excalibur, which has 2 modes. One mode is normal, which is where the blade is fully up. And then the other, if you take this part of your forge disc and press down on that blue right there, you'll notice that it can slide out a few millimeters. Like that's, and this is known as Buster mode. It's not very far, but you'd be surprised at the difference it'll make. And then to lock it back into normal mode, there's a bar here that, again, you take this and you press up, and then it's locked in. Then next we have the disc, which is 1 dash. I think this is actually a really cool disc, just because like how aggressive it looks. And the frame that you can get that'll go with Buster Excalibur is Dagger, which is a pretty cool one. And if I can, I'm going to try to I will find the links for as many of these guys as I can, and then put them in the description below, like on Amazon. So in case like it's one of those, ooh, I like this Beyblade, I'm going to try to buy it. That way I'll have it there for you, so that you can buy it if you need. But the last piece is Sword. Sword. And it looks again, it looks pretty cool. You got metal, metal, and metal. And it fits the blade motif that he goes with. Next up, we have the number 2 disc, which we'll throw the layer on the ground. Oh, okay, there we go. So this one I got as part of a set of 3, which is a pretty cool design. So take the frame off. Here is the disc itself. It's got 2 points of contact, and which is why it's known as the 2 disc. And in this case, I got it with the Koto, I think it's the Koto special set for the God layers, which in this case is Christ, Satan, for the number 2 disc. It's a good defense type, used in the God layer, in the God season or evolution, known as Kinetic Tomb. It comes with a layer of Kinetic Tomb. It comes with the disc, which is, as a recap, once I get that frame off, disc is 2. Then it comes with the glaive frame, as well as I think it's pretty much like a mint green of loop, but it looks really cool. So that's pretty good. So yeah, that's the 2 disc. Then we have the number 3 disc, which in this case it'll be the same since America sadly didn't release a 3 disc, so I actually used a spare of 3 discs that I had and gave it to my American version of this Beyblade, since he's the only one who has the 3 disc, especially in the anime. But here's what it looks like. That's the dogs for the neighbors, not mine. It comes with a Beyblade known as Twin Nemesis. And Twin Nemesis has actually a really interesting feature. If you pull out the 2 tabs that are in there, then you can shift him between upper mode and smash mode. So that when he's spinning, in this mode he's in smash because it'll hit here, this part, and since this part is just straight up, it'll smack into it. Versus if you were to go in here, it'll hit this, which is kind of like a ramp, so it'll push it up. The layer is Twin Nemesis. The disc is 3. The frame, is Hit, which actually looks pretty sweet, and it's nice purple. And then this one is actually where the release for Ultimate Reboot came into play. So for those of you who are wanting to get an Ultimate Reboot, then you'll definitely be wanting to look out for this. Moving on to the 4 disc, of course buried under all of them, is the next one in the set that he came with. And that one is, well, first off, we got the disc itself, which looks like this. This one's blue. So you can tell from this piece, that the main motif of the colors, or the main color scheme for him, is going to be kind of a dark blue. And in this case, it came with Blaze Ragnarok, who is also a God layer. But the setup is Crash Ragnarok, 4, Cross for the frame, and then Flugel for the driver. Which, I mean, overall, I love Crash Ragnarok. I like the build of him. I like this tricks that he's got. Because like all the God layers, he's got these little rollers on him. He's got wings that will pop out when he's launched to help with stamina. So yeah, that's the 4 disc. Onward and upward, we've got number 5, which sadly Glaive was used quite a bit with a lot of these Beyblades. But here's number 5 disc. And it came with Blast Genius. So Blast Genius is another defense type whose gimmick is that his wall can go up. So usually when you launch it, it'll just go up right away. But sometimes it doesn't, so it needs a little kick for when it makes contact, and that'll push the disc up or push the secondary piece up. The setup: Blast Genius, 5, Glaive, and then Guard. So Guard is kind of a weird driver because it's like pushes up to keep with stability. But I mean, it's a good driver. It helps with stamina at least a little bit. But now we've got the final of the 3 set, and that is the number 6 disc, which in this case looks like this. And this one comes with God Valkyrie, who was actually one of the first ones released, and just to make it a bit easier on people so you don't have to try to find the set, because I've tried to find it before and I found it for like over 100 easily. I'll find them separately for you. So you got, the setup is God Valkyrie, 6, Vortex, Reboot. His God gimmick is that he's actually got a spring system. So yeah, I don't fully understand it. I mean, I guess it's to help with attacks. Like, he'll be pushed and the secondary part will go back and then strike it and then attack in itself. But next up we've got number 7, which looks like this. I know this is not part of any special set of 3 or whatever. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but it comes with Hazard Kerbeus, who is a Chozi Bay, as you can tell by the red. So yeah, its gimmick is that it actually has little springs in there. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up here because it's getting to the time where I have to go. But it comes with 7, or Hazard Kerbeus, 7, and then Atomic, which is a good defense driver. Let me know in the comments below which of the ones that you've seen so far is your favorite. And next I think I'll actually next do 0 through 7 of the American Bays, and then go to 9 through 13 of the Hasbro, or of the Takara Tomy, and then again with the Hasbros. So yeah, let me know which one's your favorite. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, hit the bell. If you hit the bell, you're great. Give it a thumbs up, you're even better. This is Neo Ardara Streak signing off and saying, let it rip.